Assalamu alaikum. I'm Sheikha and this is my husband Muhammad.
What's up?
And you have made it back to another episode of Make It Halal.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for all the love you showed on our previous post. I think it was 3 stories from Muslim Reddit.
I think so.
Yeah. We just wanted to try it out. I've been thinking about it for a long time and you guys seem to really enjoy and to engage. So here we are again. We're doing another one with Muslim Reddit stories and we're doing the Am I the a-hole / am I wrong? I'm just going to say wrong because I don't want to say a-hole all the time.
You failed last time.
Yeah, I said ass a bunch of times last time.
Bunch of asses and bunch of holes.
No. Holes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I thought you said something else. Okay, so what's been up like from last week? I thought we should just like catch up with everybody.
If you're watching it, look here. Can you see it here?
No, that's mean to people that are listening on Spotify or SoundCloud.
Sorry, but it's our babies.
Yeah, he's pointing to our plants. We have some new plants, guys. So
it's edible plants.
Yeah.
Is that weird to say?
Yeah, it's edible plants, aka parsley, coriander, habanero,
cherry tomatoes,
strawberries.
Just look.
We're just growing. Yeah, it's our little botanic garden in our house, and we're just like growing a bunch of
stuff. And we have more. I'll show this. It's growing inside here.
Okay, guys. So if you want to know what he's talking about, head on over to our podcast channel. It's called Sheikha Official Podcast, I think.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
On YouTube.
Yes.
If you haven't, if you're curious to see what we're talking about, you can definitely go and check it out.
Can you link from Spotify in the description? I don't think so.
I have no idea. We've been gone from the podcast for a while. Guys, I just wanted to say, please help me this Dhul Hijjah to donate. There's 10 days left as of now for Eid. So I posted a link in my bio on Instagram. I'm also going to post it on YouTube. I'm just going to blast it everywhere. I get nothing out of this charity collab. I don't like to call it a collab. Like, honestly, I'm working with a charity, the Matthew Project. They are currently in Palestine, Syria, Yemen. Like, they are everywhere just doing their best to feed orphans. That's what this is about. Orphans, and maybe even we'll get them an Eid gift this year. So please help me to raise money and help these orphans this Eid, and to remember them, and remember that our reward is not in this life. Inshallah, our reward is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we will gain that reward in the hereafter. So do it with the intention of gaining reward in the hereafter and not in this dunya. So give what you can. Giving sadaqah is so underrated. You know, people don't understand the magnitude that giving holds. Like, it's so important. So please, for the sake of Allah, help me to raise money for this Dhul Hijjah. The link is in my Instagram bio. For now, that's where it is. So please help me to raise money for them. I just wanted to say that real quick. So yeah, it's not an ad or anything like that. I promise you guys I don't make anything from this. Nothing beneficial for me other than inshallah in the hereafter, and the same for you and anyone who participates. So
sounds good.
Now that that's been said, I want to thank you guys for being really supportive of our content and just continuing to be with us. I kind of stopped doing the whole influencer thing. I want to kind of get back to the reason why I started blogging in the first place, was to inspire people to come to Islam, or even Muslims to come closer to the deen, and that's really what I want to get back to. I met this really sweet girl today in the mall, and she follows us on social media. I think she was with her dad.
I think so. Yeah.
She just she came up to us super respectful and really nice, and was like, I just really, respect you guys and for what you show, and thank you, like, you've inspired me to, come closer to the deen. And that really hit something with me. Like, right then and there I wanted to lay down and cry, because I was like, okay, actually I forget sometimes that I have a responsibility we have a responsibility. We can't just forget that, you know. And social media for me for a minute there became about hustling, working with brands and doing all these things.
Yeah,
and
you did that 24/7
24/7 just
for a
working.
long period of time.
Yeah, and everything that I posted was brands.
Yeah.
It was just brand content. Although it was like beneficial captions or beneficial messages as well, it was work in that way. And yes, I feel like I should get paid for my job that I do and blah blah blah, but it became something else other than I intended.
It became a chore.
Yeah, it became a chore, and I no longer was like happy to do it. You know, it was more like ugh. But now I like coming back to just moving here has really put things in perspective for me.
Yeah.
And I've started to just post whatever I want that makes me happy, and just anything really. I don't care like what my pictures look like. I edit the colors, like nothing is synchronized in my page. It's just like whatever that I want to post.
What's on your mind? It's your story, so
it's so liberating. And honestly, I feel like the whole Instagram influencer thing or whatever, for us sisters who dress modestly and we try to, you know, hit the modesty really hard, modesty isn't supposed to be glamorous. You know, it's supposed to be simple, and you're supposed to just be low key with it. It's not about being, you know, glamorous and having, you know, all these fabulous clothes. I still have like a few of the brands that have supported me since the beginning that I'm gonna always rep, and they send me stuff for free. Like I don't care for them to pay me at all. It's just they send me some stuff when they get new stuff, and then I, you know, I wear it and I love it. But other than that, I'm not going to be doing anything.
But on the other hand, people look up to you and see they can wear that too.
Yeah, but that's why I want to like keep it simple again.
Yeah.
I just want it to be attainable for everyone. Because modesty, or like the beauty standard of jilbab, it shouldn't be one. That's the point.
Yeah, I get it.
It should
But it's a big leap if you're coming from normal clothes. Can you say that?
Yeah, Western style clothes.
Yeah, Western, yeah.
And I get that. And the thing is, like, you can be so beautiful just wearing your burqa, you know. And today in the mall, an elderly man, like, as soon as Stevie, like, turned his back to me to go get, like, a staff because we needed something in the store, this elderly man was walking towards me. He was staring at me the whole time, and I have anxiety. So I got scared because usually, and I'm sorry to that man because I, like, prejudged him, but I really hated
I did it too.
Yeah.
I looked just to see what's up.
I saw you, like, turned, you was ready, like, 360, you was like, so what's up?
Yeah,
in the back, like, so what's up? Because he walked past Stevie and he heard him, like, hey, yo, trying to holler.
I saw him staring.
Yeah, you saw him staring from a long way.
Yeah. So, okay, I'll just check this out.
And that's why I was, like, not scared, because I saw that you were, like, literally behind him, like, so what's up? Like, are you...
And then I heard the first comment, oh, you look beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. This old man, maybe he was, like, 80 years old, honestly.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Probably 80. I looked into his eyes. His eyes were so kind and sparkly. He was like, you are so beautiful in your clothes. I love that. And then he said, can I ask you a question? And I said, yes, of course. And then he said, so I see that you are wearing these clothes. I didn't know you could wear those clothes without the face veil. Is that necessary, or why do some women wear it? And I said, it's more so of a preference. Some women aren't comfortable showing their face, and some women are. And he said, that's just wonderful. And he, like, was supportive of it, and then he just, like, walked away. And I was like, wow, that's so kind.
And last week you had the elderly woman.
Yeah, last week in the elevator in the same mall, subhanAllah, like, this lady in the elevator, elderly lady, she was like, you are so beautiful. And I was just wearing exactly this outfit. I was wearing this, like, it's an abaya and it's a khimar, and I'm completely covered, and it's low key and it's not glamorous or anything. And I just feel like, let's bear our religion proudly. And it's up to us sisters, you know, like, we are for the sisters who cover, for the sisters who want to cover, we are literal ambassadors. And we should be proud of that. We shouldn't see that as like a burden. The only time it becomes a burden is when we're insecure, like we don't act right or something like that. We're like, oh, I don't want to be an ambassador because you don't want to be kind of judged. But why not? You know what I mean? It's amazing.
Yeah.
We are beautiful. We have something to give to society. We have contributions to give, and just by you being open, and I promise you, if my face wasn't smiley or, you know, if I was like shut off in my energy, people would never approach me. You know, although I have anxiety and I feel closed off, I guess my face is inviting still.
Oh, that's good.
And yeah, it's good because then people feel safe to approach me, and I will never turn somebody away if they ever ask me something about Islam. I don't think it's disrespectful. If that man asked me, why do you wear your, you know, headscarf, I'd answer him properly. Maybe he's genuinely wanting to know about it. Maybe because of that interaction, this man's gonna say his shahada before he dies.
You never know.
You never know. So like, we should bear our religion proudly, and that's why like I dress like this for the sake of Allah, but also for my sisters and for myself. You know, I want us to all be able to dress like this and feel like it's okay. I don't have to wear anything tight. I don't have to have a glamorous hijab or abaya. I can just be plain burqa, and that's good enough. But you are the dawah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. With that being said, is there anything you'd like to add? Can we reveal what you bought us?
Okay.
Okay, so if y'all know us, we are like the least materialistic people on earth. Our car is an old busted car hand-me-down we got from Stevie's cousin. We bought it off him.
Talking about that last one, didn't we?
The car?
Yeah, it's a grand worth. Was that?
I think it was in the vlog.
Oh yeah, in the vlog maybe. Yeah. In the car.
In the car.
Oh okay, my bad.
Yeah, the car was like $1,000.
Yeah.
Like 10,000 Norwegian kroners or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And that's like nothing in terms of a car. So we like bought it off his cousin, but we don't care. You know, it gets us from A to Z. It's not a pretty car, but it does the job, and that's good enough. Our apartment is tiny. We want to live a minimalistic life.
Do you think this is tiny? I like it.
No, it's not tiny, but in comparison to the house.
Oh yeah.
But we're gonna
this feels bigger.
It does.
In some way.
In some way, because we use all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the last one had that big living room.
Big living room,
And
but we don't.
Yeah, we never used the whole thing.
Exactly.
It's just big.
But this is bigger than our first apartment, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's better setup. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's probably a good way.
Because the kitchen is segregated from the living room a little,
Yeah,
and that
helps.
really helps. Yeah, you don't just like see the kitchen. So, anyways, like this, we're gonna go even smaller in size, inshallah, because we're trying to buy a tiny house, inshallah.
Yes.
So this is gonna be even smaller, and we're gonna have like the bed and a little batrehems. What is that? Just a little. You're gonna need a ladder.
I got 2 floor in the one.
Okay, that was.
That sounds weird, but yeah.
Just, you know, like the pointy.
I
Anyway,
cut the room in half and used the upper one.
I'm happy living in one room.
Yeah.
I don't care. But yeah, that's what it is. Like, we want to buy something halal. We don't want to like have any loans or anything like that. So it is what it is. You know, if you can do it, then do your best to do something like that. If not, then just rent forever. I don't care. You know, it's cool. Everything is better than making Allah angry. So we really love water. Like, we moved into this beautiful place. It's like nature surrounding us, water right outside. But this man literally yesterday surprised me with a whole boat. Like, he bought us a boat. He got it for cheap. It costs as much as our car.
Yeah. Very cheap.
But it's a full boat, like with an engine and everything.
Yes. So, Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yay, Captain Jack Sparrows!
Yes.
2 of us. So, but we're happier here than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By far.
By far.
and the people are nice here. I
Everyone's
love
so
everyone
nice.
here.
Yeah, me too.
The
Everyone's
gym is
so
perfect.
Nice. Oh, the gym.
Place.
Yeah. My anxiety is like literally gone here. I don't have anxiety here.
Huh?
I was scared to go get the mail in the last house or throw out the garbage. But I don't have anxiety here going outside. And every time I go outside, it's just like, it makes me more secure for the next time when I go outside because everyone's so nice. Every single time we would leave the house in the old town, there would be some kind of conflict with somebody.
Yeah.
Like everyone was like mean or gross, but where we lived was it's a super racist place. It's so freaking racist. I grew up there and I was literally bullied.
Mentality.
Huh?
The Barum.
Yeah.
People move over there, so.
Yeah. Literally, like, growing up, I was so bullied for, like, just being brown.
That's the 90s, and...
90s, and there was no, like, brown people. In the
so
90s, we were, like, the only ones,
You were the first
wave
generation.
Yeah. But now, you know, and my whole life living there, when I was literally dressed like a bimbo, everyone freaking loved me. I was like Norwegian, they'd love to tell me, oh, you're not like them, you're not like anyone else, like you're like us, you know, you're not, you know, like those other immigrants, you're like us. And I just remember always hating that comment. I was like, God, that's such a messed up thing to say.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, are we going on the
Reddit?
Reddit.
This one is juicy. This one is juicy. Am I wrong for not making my wife cover up at home? What?
Huh?
Wait. So my 28 male brother came over with his wife yesterday and spent the entire night with my 27 female wife and myself. It is worth mentioning that I come from a Muslim family and my wife does not. When my brother and his wife arrived, my wife just getting home from work, so she was wearing scrubs and her name badge. While I made polite conversation with my brother and sister-in-law, my wife went to change clothes. It is also worth mentioning that my wife has tattoos, piercing, dyed hair, and stretched ears. Very much your stereotypical goth girl. Once she was done, she came back to our living room in a tank top and a pair of shorts. My brother averted his eyes, but my sister-in-law couldn't stop looking at my wife. My wife has a tattoo from her thigh to her ankle on the left leg and a tattoo on her calf on her right leg. My wife finally noticed and asked my sister-in-law, like the tattoo? To which she...
That's cheeky.
Yeah, to which she simply blushed. My wife smiles and tells her, "You're fine, I'm used to the stares. You forget how many tattoos and piercings I have." My sister-in-law and brother both asked her how many. She has 7 piercings and almost 20 tattoos. The evening continues, and during dinner, the conversation turns to my wife's tattoos. My sister-in-law asks if she's planning on getting more, and my wife tells her yes. She's currently working on a full back piece. My brother rolls his eyes and continues to eat. Shortly after dinner, we're getting ready for bed. It's worth mentioning that my wife sleeps in a shirt and PJ pants. At no point is my wife nude or semi-nude. Before we go to bed, my brother comes into our bedroom and my wife is in the process of having me put tattoo lotion on her tattoo on her back. She has her shirt pulled up in the back and has her arms over her chest covering her breasts. My brother sees this and runs from the room. My wife is embarrassed, but I tell her not to worry about this because it's his fault for not knocking, okay?
Okay.
Once I'm done, I go out to see what my brother needed. He tells me, "I shouldn't see your wife in a state of undress. You need to..." Excuse you, honestly, go home. "You need to be a husband and tell her to cover up. Cover up. My wife did not need to see her whole body. I did not need to see her whole body. I tell him he should have knocked and it's not my fault or hers. He and his wife left early next morning." I've been getting a lot of phone calls from him and my parents saying my wife is a loose woman and she needs to cover herself. Tell them she doesn't need to and to leave her alone. My parents and brother now want an apology from us both. So am I wrong?
Oh. Is it the first time they see her or what?
This is insane. Like, yeah, have they never hung out with you guys before?
What the?
What's going on here?
That's kind of wild.
I mean, she's not Muslim, like he said. It's her choice.
Yes.
To wear whatever she wants at home. If they're so uncomfortable, then don't come over.
Yeah. Then they probably know how she is.
Yeah, like this, you know them.
They even mentioned the tattoos. Like,
yeah,
they've seen it before. So.
But also, why is this man coming into this married couple's bedroom, without knocking?
Yeah.
And then being offended by seeing something. He could have. Anything could have been going on.
You should be a man and tell your wife to cover up.
You should be a normal, grown-up human being with logical mind to knock before you go into someone's bedroom that's married.
It's not your duty to tell someone else.
It's insane. I hate when people do that. Like, you know who she was.
Yeah.
And she's not your wife. I get, like, giving, nasiha, like, advice. But y'all are being slick with it because you're smiling to her face and then going behind her back, like, ew, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's really wrong. Be real, or don't, like, you don't have to go to their house. Next time, if you want to meet at your own house. Tell them to come to your house. She's probably going to wear regular clothes then.
Yeah. Yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay. There's an update.
Okay.
To the post from the poster. Update. Hello, everyone. I am finally home and from what turned into a crazy day, and thought I'd take some time to update everyone on the situation. So here we go. Tonight we went to dinner with my parents, brother, and his wife. From the moment we sat down, you could tell my family was so uncomfortable. I tried gently to break the ice, talking about the weather. Finally, my mother asks, "Are you going to apologize for the incident at your home?" My wife, being the kind of woman she is, started to apologize and explain herself, but I cut her off. And I explained that my brother had barged into our bedroom without knocking, and that the door had been closed. That fell on deaf ears. Of course. Yeah. That's really arrogant. I'm sorry, that's not right. I finally demanded to know why they disliked my wife so much. Their answer? She isn't a proper wife, as we do not have kids and we've been married going on 3 years. Honestly, I would cry if someone said that. Like, we've been married almost 3 years. Someone would say that I'm not a real wife because I haven't given you kids. I would fight. I would say, cash me outside.
Yeah, for sure.
I would fight.
I wouldn't see them again.
I don't care, bro. Like, you're never seeing me again. It's over.
I just walk away.
Yeah.
So, bye. End of the story.
Bye. Yeah, you really would, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's disrespectful.
Yeah. No, wait. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
Is it more?
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife and I are decidedly child-free due to a lot of factors I won't get into here. My wife is the hardest working woman you will ever meet. She works full-time and goes to school full-time. I saw red. I finally snapped back at my parents and that my wife and I were a proper married couple, children or not. My wife is a proper wife because she's the most supportive, loving, and kind woman I've ever met. My mother then asked who would take care of us when we're old. I said we would take care of ourselves and each other. Then the conversation turns to her sleeves and her tattoos. My parents only know about the ones on her forearm and collarbone. My wife then pulls up her sleeves, showing she had many more tattoos now. My mother nearly fainted. My wife is a relatively heavily tattooed woman, and I love that about her. My brother then turns to me and asks, sorry, this is like so dramatic, then asks, turns to me and asks, I ask my wife to pull her sleeves back down. Oh yeah, he turns to me and asks for me to ask my wife to pull her sleeves back down. She finally snaps at him and tells him exactly where he can shove his opinions on her body and what's going to happen should he ever walk into her bedroom without knocking again. He goes red and is quiet. My wife then turns to me and says she's leaving and gets up. I follow her outside and she tells me she no longer wants a relationship with my family, but she won't prevent me from seeing them. I tell her I no longer want to see them either until they can apologize and treat her like family. We have since returned home and my wife is now playing in the floor with our 2 pit bulls and our Australian Shepherd puppy. I may no longer have my parents, but I know I'll always have my wife and I can live with that. So there's the update.
Respect.
I feel bad, but the family is at fault. They are pushing this man and his wife away because she doesn't fit into their box.
Yes.
And I think that's wrong. Like, especially as a Muslim family, we should be inclusive, you know?
Respect everyone.
Yeah. Be inclusive and treat her with respect and inclusivity. Maybe that'll inspire her to take on your habits and lifestyle more. And even if it doesn't, that's fine. But just
who are you to judge?
Yeah, just be inviting. Like, you don't know if maybe this woman's gonna be, you know, a full burqa lady in 5 years. Like, you don't know. Like, what you're doing is just pushing him away and you're pushing her away.
Yeah.
It's not right. You know, you should be respectful. And the brother is so out of line for everything. Imagine if, like, Krister says anything like that to me.
Yeah.
Like, or, like, just barged into our bedroom. His brother and sister, like, come to our house all the time and sleep over. Just like any of them would never just, like, come into our bedroom.
No, it's a respect thing.
Yeah.
Either way.
Either way, like, you just don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so wrong. And then be like, oh, I saw, you know, something I shouldn't have seen because I barged into your bedroom, but it's your fault.
But even that incident out, it's still wrong.
Yeah.
At all levels.
Yeah, just he's moving crazy. Honestly, it's not right. Why don't you stop being so obsessed with your brother's wife?
Yeah. Like, she's a free woman.
She's a married woman, you know what I mean? Like, obviously they have a problem with her. Like what we mentioned earlier, because she doesn't fit into their box. And if, you know, as a proper Muslim family, they should do a better job at being inclusive and being kind to her instead of, like, pushing them away. We don't know the full story or if anything, but according to what we see here, she's been nice and good, but she just isn't, you know, dressing according to what they want, or she's getting tattoos and stuff. But if anything, talk to the son, you know, talk to her husband. If anything.
It's like Selena came over and we forced her to wear
my clothes.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
It's so wrong. But you should respect them either way.
Yeah.
Like, do what you want.
Yeah, and they respect you. Like, for example, like when his sister comes over, obviously she sees us pray. She, you know, she asks us, we say Bismillah before we eat every time, and, you know, she's with it. But if she said to me, no, I don't want to say that, or something, then I wouldn't be like, oh, you have to say it or else. Like, I'd be like, okay, cool, you know. Obviously, you're not Muslim. You know what I mean? But we invite them, and we make it into, like, a thing, a family thing. You know, we invite with our manners. That's the thing. That's what we should do as Muslims. Like, not force or shame somebody into something. That's counterproductive, my friend. As you can see, they no longer want to be in contact with you unless you apologize and change your ways. It's family. Come on, man. You don't treat family like that.
Yeah, but it's the same in your comment sections most of the time.
What do you mean? Elaborate.
Like, people comment weird stuff, and for regular people, they would be pushed away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's just talk about that.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking about this the other day, and we have talked about it before. All these new Muslims who are, you know, reverts, and obviously reverts are so fetishized in our community for some reason, because we have this internalized racism for some reason, colonialism. But anyways, so when someone white becomes Muslim and goes on the internet, people swarm to them. And that's the problem because, one, these people, because I remember how it was for me, and I was brown, but still, you know what I'm saying, are looking for a community because in their home and in their families, they're being shunned. They are looking for some companionship and brothers and sisters in Islam and to be inspired by other Muslims, to get support, because they don't have that in real life, most likely. So they come on the internet, they get this like huge swarm of love, and then slowly but surely everything they post, they will get picked apart little by little, and that's how we see so many people deviate from Islam and then become part of the ex-Muslims gang because of that, because they're already torn, they're already new in the deen, they are looking for something and they think they have it, and then these same people in the community that they
faders.
look to, tear them down. And because reverts, like, it takes so long for you to like start practicing properly or like dress properly. There's so many factors.
Everyone to be at the same
level. Immediately. Like, oh, you reverted today? Okay, you consider yourself Muslim? You have to be perfect now. No, that's not the way it is. And for us to be so freaking dense and not understand that she's on a journey, she's on her way. And the smartest woman I've ever spoken to, her name is Zara Faris. Google her, look her up on YouTube. She's the smartest woman.
She has a YouTube?
Zara Faris is a pro debater.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought she was a random scholar.
She's a ustada, but she is a pro debater. She's invited to like Oxford University to talk about. She's just, look her up, Zara Faris. Okay, I respect this woman so much. She, I got to know her right when I reverted, and I asked her everything. I was referred to her by some Dawah people in England, and they were like, talk to this lady, she's going to, she's amazing. And I said, okay. So I just cling to her, and when I wasn't covered, I wasn't a hijabi, and even when I started wearing my hijab, I was wearing tight ass jeans and everything, showing my neck and all, and so many people were mean to me and crapped on me for that. And I asked her a year ago or something like that, I said, Sister Zara, tell me why you never made a comment to me about my hijab or how I dressed or, anything that I was doing or posting. And she said the smartest thing I've ever heard anyone say, and we should all take this as an advice. She said, because I saw that you were on your way. I didn't want to leave a bad taste in your mouth or stop you in your tracks. I saw that you were striving every day and that you were on your way. So I didn't want to say anything to discourage you because I saw how much you were trying.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And it's the wisdom. That's the thing. A lot of people have knowledge, but few people are wise.
That's very true.
And so knowledge without wisdom can be dangerous as a weapon. But wisdom plus knowledge, mashallah, tabarakallah. Okay, am I wrong for asking my husband to break his fast? My husband, 31 male, and I, 32 female, had our first child 6.5 months ago. He is Muslim and I'm Christian. Our baby had been going through a bit of a rough bit between teething and general grumpiness. She isn't really satisfied with anything for long. My husband is currently fasting for Ramadan, so from sun up to sundown, more or less, he has been fasting and unable to smoke his normal cigarettes. He also has a caffeine addiction. Well, 1 week in the horrible attitude, very snippy, and even had an attitude with the baby because she was super fussy, I asked him to calm down, which he replied, he can't smoke, he's hungry, thirsty, and has a headache. Usually, he will sleep during his fasting time as much as possible, but now this year he has a new baby. Our baby sleeps through the night, so I ask him during the day, during his fasting. So after him being snippy with her and me all day, I asked him to break his fast or he needs to go somewhere else. He chose to break his fast, but now is mad he shouldn't have break his fast because he has a baby. I agree, however, I shouldn't have to be a single parent while he's fasting. Am I wrong? Everyone's wrong. Let me just say this. It's really important that you choose your partners with care. Who you have babies with, who you marry, etc.
But it seems like he's a nice guy in the normal times.
Yeah.
But you get angry, you get it and that.
If she was a Muslim,
Yeah.
do you think she would ever tell him to break his fast, no matter what?
I don't think so.
Like, being Muslim, you know how huge fard obligation is. We have a few things. It's only actually 2 things that are super prominent for Muslims that we have to do. If we don't do, we can fall into falling out of Islam. Our prayers and our fasting for Ramadan.
Right.
Those 2 things are like, you must do it. Being hungry, being thirsty, having an addiction is not a reason.
No, it's not.
It's horrible. And this is why also, one, important to choose your, yes, Muslim men are allowed to marry Christian women, but actually you should marry Muslim women or someone who's super practicing Christian. You're not allowed to just marry any girl. She has to be either a practicing Christian or a practicing Jew, because then they worship one God. They don't attribute anyone as partners to God. They don't have premarital relations. They don't eat pork. They don't drink. They don't smoke. They don't do drugs. They are kind. They give charity. Like, all these things, qualities that in Muslims, but very few who follow the Christian and Jewish faith do that, and also cover up and everything that, you know, traditionally Muslim women will do. So therefore, you should marry Muslims.
Yeah.
Always. But, you know, if you do marry Christians, make sure it's someone who understands your religion. So that when you raise your children, she'll never advise her kids to, like, hey, oh, just don't fast. It's gonna be hard for you to do.
Just don't fast. It was because of his
attitude, but it's not a good enough reason.
But he should fix himself.
No, I'm gonna get to it.
Okay.
I'm getting to him. First, I just wanted to say, be careful who you choose as a partner and as a mother to your kid or a father to your kid. Second, this is why it's important to know why we fast, to be connected to the deen. Because fasting isn't about being hungry or thirsty. Fasting is about connecting spiritually. Muslims are happy during fasting. Like, remember this Ramadan, I was cheery. Like, I was happy. We shouldn't be irritated or upset or anything because we can't.
The headache comes the last hour. So
the last hour, I just nap.
Oh.
And we shouldn't sleep our fasts away. We should pray. We should do as much good deeds as we can. We should, you know, get the most out of the fast. You're just going to fast to be hungry and thirsty and not get anything out of your fast? That's stupid.
Seems like it.
Come on. So, really honestly, it's really important to get in touch with why we fast. What fasting means. Everything just like boils down to get closer to your religion. And he's wrong for treating his family like that.
Yeah.
So
if he knows he has an addiction, do a detox the month before or a few weeks.
Yeah.
Get prepared.
Prepare yourself. Stop drinking coffee. Stop drinking tea. Stop smoking cigarettes. Like.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah. This Ramadan, I didn't have any headaches because I stopped drinking coffee like 3 months before.
Yeah.
I still don't drink coffee, so I'm really proud of that. But
yeah, you don't.
I don't.
You had an iced coffee, but
yeah, I had an iced coffee the other day, but
you used to drink. You were a heavy drinker.
Yeah, like a full kettle, no sugar, no milk, nothing, just like black coffee, bitter and hot.
Yeah.
A full kettle, like a liter a day, more than that. Sometimes, like Stevie said, try and do a little detox before Ramadan so you don't have to deal with this attitude. And inshallah you'll learn from this. And the fact that he broke his fast, bro, like, I hope it haunts him so that he never does it again, and so that he like gets it together for the next Ramadan.
Yeah, it's more likely a bad thing. It's quite common now to fast. People do that all the time.
This year, so many non-Muslims like fasted with us in Ramadan.
But it's a dry fast that kills the people.
It's the dry fast because everyone now fasts.
Intermittent fast.
The doctors are like, the more hours you fast, the better. You should fast for like 20 hours, blah blah. And this is like excluding the hours that you sleep.
Yeah.
So, but people drink water or like drink tea without any sugar or anything like that as well. So I think you're right. It's the dry fast that gets people. But then we have to realize why we are fasting.
Yeah.
You're giving something up of this world, but that's what people need to get with religion. Like, when you pray, when you cover, when you fast, you're doing all of this for you. You are investing in yourself. You're not doing it because God needs you to do it. God doesn't need anything from you. You're doing this for yourself. It's an investment. See it as a piggy bank for your hereafter. Because will you die? Yes, you will. We all will. That's a guarantee. And what's going to happen when we die? Eternity is going to happen. And you should invest in that. And by fasting, covering, praying, doing all these things, giving, you're investing in your eternity. Do you want to have a good eternity or not? You know what I'm saying? You're not doing it for God or anyone else. Think of it as it's for me. Then I bet you won't be motivated.
Yeah.
If someone came to you right now and said, invest $10 every day into this bank, and in 3 years, you're going to have a villa. It's going to become a house for you and everything in it that you need. Are you not going to jump to do that every day?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. So,
That's
like,
a smart move.
why is it so far-fetched when we are already Muslims, we believe in the hereafter, that we also, like, want to invest in the hereafter? Like, I don't get it. You know? Come on. It's for you. And whoever reminds you of it loves you. That's why.
Yes.
It's not because they're like, trying to bug you about it. It's because they freaking love you. They want to see you in paradise, thriving and being happy. On that note, shall we end the podcast? We only had time for 2 stories, but we gave you a little life update and yada yada.
Yeah, it's almost over too, so.
Okay. Thank you guys for listening, and thank you guys for all the love and support once again. Please go click the link in my bio to give and donate for this Dhul Hijjah for these orphans. And let us know if you want more of these Reddit stories. Do you enjoy doing these?
Yeah, I do. It's interesting.
Okay.
Kind of triggering, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
Exciting too.
Okay, so we should do it more next time as well?
Yeah.
Alright. Inshallah. Alright guys, thank you for listening. We will see you on the next episode of Make It Halal. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Bye, senoritas.